Good morning, students. Already we have discussed about the Himadri and the Himachal. So the third range, the Shivaliks or outer Himalayas. Remember, the Himadris, the height of the Himadri 6,000 meters above sea level, and the Himachal 4,500 meters above sea level. Coming to Shivalik, these hills are to the south of the middle Himalayas with an average height of 1200 meters above sea level. So what is the height of this Shivaliks? 1200 meters. This is not a continuous mountain range but is broken at certain places. Unlike the Himachal and the Himadri, this mountain range is broken at certain places, not at all places, only at some places. Okay, and there are thick forests on the slopes which are home to many wild animals. Remember, Himadri we didn't have any vegetation, but Himachal we had some vegetation. There were some trees which were useful for the people, like wood trees, isn't it? And now this Shivalik also, there are thick forests on the slopes which are home to many wild animals. Now farming is done on terraced slopes on the top of the building. So terraced is nothing but on the top of the building. They do farming. There are also broad valleys called dunes. Okay, valleys. What I told, valley, the place between two mountains or a place between two hills. Dehradun is located in one such valley. Okay, Dehradun is located in one such valley. Dehradun is the capital of Uttarakhand. The foothills of this range is a marshy area called the Terai. Okay, marshy area or bushy area, and it is called Terai. Marshy is nothing but a low-lying area with a lot of vegetation. The Terai area receives heavy rainfall. This place receives very heavy rainfall, unlike the Himadri. Winters are cold and summers are mild here. Mild in the sense, so not so hot like we experience. No, in Telangana we have experienced in the month of May, April, so much of we were suffering with so much of hot. Unlike that, the summers are mild there. Where in the Shivalik, it has thick forests and a rich wildlife that includes tigers, leopards, elephants, deer, and monkeys. The government has developed wildlife sanctuaries and national parks here. The Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand is one famous national park. Okay. So these are the wildlife sanctuaries and national parks you find in the Shivaliks. Clear, children? Okay. Along the northeastern border of India, the Himalayan mountains appear lower in height and are called the Purvanchal Hills. These hills are thickly forested with teak trees. So you will find teak trees in the Purvanchal Hills. The Garo, Kasi, Jaintia, Lushai, Naga and Patkai hills are the main hills here. Where do we find these hills? Other than these Purvanchal hills, the other hills are Garo you will find in Meghalaya state, Khasi, Meghalaya, Jaintia, Lushai in Mizoram, Naga in Myanmar, and Patkai hills in Patkai hills you will find in Nagaland. Okay, are the main hills here. Clear, children? So already we have discussed about the three ranges of Himalayas. The greater Himalayas or Himadri, the lesser Himalayas or the Himachal, the lower Himalayas or the Shivaliks. Now how are the Himalayas useful to us? The Himalayas help us in many ways. How do the Himalayas help us? The Himalayas act as a natural barrier and separate India from many Asian countries. isn't it? Neighboring countries. The Himalayas barrier means what? The Himalayas are separating India from the other countries. The Himalayas protect us from the cold, dry winds of the north. Okay, so the cold winds that we get from where do we get the cold winds? We get these cold winds from Siberia and the Central Asia. Okay, the Himalayas, what they do, they will stop the winds not entering into our India and entering into our country. Okay, so what is the problem? If these cold dry winds enter into our country, we cannot withstand that type of climatic condition. So that is why we should think that Himalayas are a boon for us. So these Himalayas will not allow the cold winds to enter into our country. They trap the monsoon winds and provide us with plentiful rainfall. So what happens to the winds that come from the Central Asia and Siberia? Because of the height of the Himalayas, these winds rise upwards. Okay, and when they rise upwards, clouds form, and directly or indirectly we get plentiful rainfall. The Himalayas are the source of many perennial rivers that flow throughout the year, carrying fertile soil which gets deposited on the plains. Perennial rivers, non-perennial rivers. There are two types of rivers. Perennial rivers, irrespective of the seasons, these rivers flows throughout the year. Whatever the season is, there will be water in such kind of rivers. Non-perennial rivers, during rainy season the rivers are full. In the dry season they may get dry up. Clear, children? Okay, and carrying fertile soil which gets deposited on the plains. Okay, these rivers, what they do, they carry the fertile soil and deposit in the plains. The Himalayan rivers help in the generation of hydroelectricity as they form rapids and waterfalls along their paths. So these rivers are also helpful in generating hydroelectricity. Electricity that is made out of water. The thick forests provide valuable timber and other forest products. The forests are also rich in wildlife. These forests also provide timber and also they are rich in wildlife. So living place for all the wild animals. Health resorts and places of pilgrimage have been developed. Tourism is an important source of income for these hill stations. Tourism. So indirectly the government will get benefited with the tourism. Okay, it is also one of the important source of income. Clear, children? That's all about the uses of the Himalayas. Okay, now we will see life in the high mountains. Already in the beginning of the lesson I told you that Himalayas are located in the states in the north and northeast direction. Okay, and one such state is Jammu and Kashmir. The Kashmir Valley is surrounded by snow-capped mountains and is very beautiful with its lakes, rivers, and pine and chinnar forests. Okay, so the Kashmir Valley is surrounded by snow-capped mountains, the mountains which are covered with snow, and also lakes, rivers, pine and chinnar forests. Many tourists visit the valley, which was once described by Jahangir, the Mughal emperor, as the paradise on earth. Okay, so this Jahangir, son of Shah Jahan, what he said, he described, it seems, when he saw this Kashmir, he said that it is a paradise on earth. Srinagar in summer and Jammu in winter are the capitals of Jammu and Kashmir. The Dal and Lagin lakes in Srinagar are famous for their houseboats and shikaras. Houseboats, house in boat. Shikaras are boats made out of wood. Houseboats are houses made on boats. So you can live in the house. And if you want to move, mobile houses. In the other way, we can also call them as mobile houses. Whenever you want to move, you can move from one place to another place, because if the climatic condition disturbs you, then you can move to some other place. They are used as hotels for tourists. So if we want to go to Kashmir and have a view about the beautiful locations there, so we will go and stay for some period of time, isn't it? We will not stay forever there, no. So only for 1 week or 15 days, like that. Especially during summers, we want to go and stay in that places. So they are also used as hotels for tourists. Famous pilgrimage centers like the Vaishno Devi Temple, Amarnath Caves, Shankaracharya Mandir, and Raghunath Temple are situated in this state. Other places of interest are Pahalgam and Gulmarg. These are the important places. Pahalgam, I think all of you recollected. Recently we have seen this Pahalgam. Every now and then we have seen this place in the news, okay, because terrorists attacked on the common people at Pahalgam. The main occupation is farming, and the crops grown are rice, maize, potatoes, vegetables. The hill slopes are cut into terraces, and terrace farming is practiced. Saffron is grown here in abundance. Now, why these people are doing terrace farming? So that they can get abundant sunlight if they do on the terrace, isn't it? Sunlight is also another important thing for doing farming. Saffron is grown here in abundance. Fruit orchards, like where fruits are grown in large quantity, which grows apples, cherries, walnuts, plums, apricots are in plenty. Yaks, goats, sheep, and mules are reared. Clear, children? So this is about Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Now Kashmiri shawls and carpets are woven out of sheep's wool. The Pashmina wool of Kashmir is world famous. The Kashmiris are very fine craftsmen. Handicrafts made out of wood, metal, and paper are famous all over the country. The Kashmiris wear salwars and long loose gowns called firans. Again, the starting of the lesson I told that the climatic conditions also influences the lifestyle of the people, because the place is very very cool. These people, what they do, they cover themselves with the shalwars and long loose gowns so that they can keep themselves warm. Even the women cover their heads with the scarves or chunnis and wear a lot of silver jewelry. So here in our place, if we cover like that, what will happen? We will sweat a lot, because we are living in the plateau region. They are living in the mountain region, so they are trying to keep themselves as warm as possible. The people eat rice, rajma, meat, and relish a special tea called kehwa. They speak Kashmiri, Urdu, and Dogri. In winter, the people keep themselves warm with kangris, small earthen pots with burning coal. In the Ladakh region, the language spoken is Ladakhi. Most Ladakhis are followers of Buddhism, and Buddhist festivals are celebrated here. Okay, most of the people, they are the followers of Gautam Buddha, it seems. In the rest of Kashmir, Eid and Diwali are celebrated. That means there are Hindus and Muslims. Pumania is a folk dance of this region. Okay, children. So we have discussed about the state that is located in the Himalayan mountains, Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. So we'll end the topic here. The next we will discuss about another state, Himachal Pradesh, in the next video. So if you have any doubts regarding the topic, please let me know in the comments. And one important thing, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.